Hi, welcome to my class. And in this video, I'm going to discuss the very important questions that you should be prepared for your exams. It's important that one has to equip with the right information and strategies to face the exams with full confidence. In this video, we will be covering the top frequently asked questions that are likely to come up in your exams. So grab a notebook and get ready to note down the questions. Okay, so let's dive into the world of important questions for your exams for the subject company law and secretarial practice. And in this, the questions which will appear for 2 marks. So if you are not yet subscribed, do subscribe and share the video to your friends so that they can also note down the things. Okay, so let's come to the section A. Answer any 5 of the following. Each question carries 2 marks. So likewise, you will get an headline, right? So in this, 7 questions will be given to you. Out of 7 questions, you need to answer only 5 questions, and which carry 2 marks each, and 5 into 2, 10 marks. So sections A is of 10 marks. Okay, and let's begin with the questions. Who is a secretary? Or you may get a question, who is a company secretary? As you know, we have discussed earlier video. I have covered this. Who is called as a secretary? He is a person who keeps everything secret, secret informations and all, right? And he is appointed by a person of great importance, right? Every person will be having their own secretary. And here, if it is linked with a company secretary, a company secretary is a person who is a member of ICSI, right? To carry on the functions, the duties of a secretary, he is appointed. So definition is also given. We have already discussed these things. Or you may get a question, who is a routine secretary? The one who carries the routine work of a company. He is called as routine secretary. Okay. And who is a pro tem secretary? The person, he is a first secretary of the company before the incorporation of a company. Pro tem secretary is appointed by promoters of an organization. Okay, so promoters of the company, they appoint the first person. He is called as pro tem secretary. Okay, and next you may get a question like, who is a part-time secretary? Okay, so he is also qualified person, but who is doing the secretaryship of different companies. He is not a full-time secretary or a whole-time secretary, but he renders secretarial duties to more than 2 companies, right? And who is a first secretary appointed? How is a first secretary appointed? If you get a question likewise, how is a first secretary appointed? Okay, so here you can link this question to a pro tem secretary, the promoters of the company. Before the incorporation of a company, a person, first secretary, is appointed by them. Likewise, also you can link with, or else after the incorporation of a company, okay, a board of directors meeting will be done. There, very important decisions about the appointment and the agreement with the secretary is made, right? So appointment of a company secretary is also decided in the first board of directors meeting. So you can write that to a company secretary also. Okay, and who are promoters? The one who put all their efforts to establish a company. They are called as who establish a company also, you can say, or who conceive an idea to establish a company and put all their efforts so that all the requirements, what all the earlier requirements are there, those all formalities are fulfilled by them, and finally they bring that into action. Okay, they establish a company also. So next one is preliminary contracts. What is a preliminary contract? So this contract is a contract which is entered by promoters with the third parties before incorporation of company. Okay, so preliminary contracts are entered by the promoters before the incorporation of a company. That's why these are called as preliminary contracts. Okay, and you may get a question like, what is a statutory company? Okay, so these are the companies. What is a statutory company? A statutory company is a company which is established by passing an act in the parliament. Okay, so examples of such statutory companies, the SBI, you can take the example of this, or the RBI, the LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, the GIC, you can take. So there are many more companies. By passing the act in the parliament, these companies are established. Okay, they have got their own act. Okay, so next is, what is a company limited by shares, or you may get a question, company limited by guarantee also. Okay, what is a company limited by shares, or what is a company limited by guarantee also, you may get a question. So we already discussed this things. There are different types of companies are there. A company limited by shares. Okay, so here the liability of the company, liability of the members of its organization or a company is limited, right? So such companies issue the shares to the public, and here limited by guarantee. So these companies may have the share capital or they may not have the share capital, but the guarantee is given by the members of the company at the time of liquidation of the company or winding up of a company. Members are ready to bear the responsibility by making the payment. Okay, certain sum of money is assured by them, right? Guaranteed by them. Okay, so what are the articles of association? You may get a question this also, AOA or articles of association, or you may get a question, what do you mean by memorandum of association also? So either of these two will be asked in the examination. So do ready, prepare all these answers also. Okay, so articles of association is for the internal management of the organization. This is a very important document, second important document, whereas memorandum of association is a fundamental document of the company, which explains the relationship of a company with the outside world. Okay, so here you may write in a brief also the clauses of memorandum of association also for 2 marks, right? So only the points you can write. And what is the doctrine of ultra vires? Okay, going beyond the limits is called as ultra vires. So what is the doctrine of ultra vires? Look into the matter. We have already done. We have discussed this, and one video also I have done on this. Okay. And what is a prospectus? Detailed video I have done. It is an invitation to the public to subscribe towards their share capital. It can be a circular also, right, which provides the company information to the public so that they can buy the shares, right? It is a statement. What is a statement in lieu of prospectus? Okay, so in lieu of prospectus, statement in lieu of prospectus. This is either the prospectus or the statement. So you can go through the video. Already I have made detailed discussion is also done. Very important document of the organization, this one also. And in place of this prospectus, a statement in lieu of prospectus can also be filed by the company. Okay, when it is filed and all, you can go through that. Okay, and next one, what is minimum subscription? You may get a question. Okay, so what is minimum subscription and who is an underwriter? So during the under subscription of the company has to raise the minimum subscription amount. Okay, so if it fails to subscribe the minimum subscription amount, at that time company has to take the help of underwriters. Who are these people? Who is an underwriter? You will have to answer. Okay, in brief only. What is the question? Up to the mark you will have to answer. Okay, you may get a question, what is table A or what is table F? You know, what is table A? It is associated with the memorandum of association as per the Companies Act 2013. Okay, earlier, in fact, you know, dear students, earlier the table A was associated with articles of association, but now as per the Companies Act 2013, table A is a format which gives you a format of memorandum of association, company limited by shares. Okay, so what is table F? Table F is now associated with articles of association. So this gives a sample of 91 articles of the company. Okay, it is associated. It is there in the Companies Act only. And in Schedule 1, Table A is also there. Table F is also there in Schedule 1. From Table A to Table E, the formats of memorandum of association are given. Different types of companies are there. No, what are the formats of all those types of companies is available. And from table F to J, what type of company is there? Based on that, how the articles of the association should be there. So those all we get here. So table F is a sample format of 91 articles of the company, which is limited by shares. Okay. And what do you mean by a resolution? You know, it is a final decision which is taken at a board meeting, maybe there, or AGM may be there, whatever kind of meeting is held. So there, the final decision decisions are taken. So those decisions are called as resolutions. Okay. And you may get a question, what is an agenda? It is the list of topics to be discussed at a meeting. So you will have to write up to the question, you have to write the answer, right? So accurate answers, right? And next one is define minute. So what is this? It is an official document of the organization or a company, you can say. So this includes the different resolutions also. Okay, it is a record keeping document and which can be a lawful evidence in the court of law also, right? Official document which gives you a clear-cut information what happened in the organization, what happened in the meeting, company's meeting, what final decisions are taken, what was the movement, and how the majority is all about. Everything will be mentioned in detail in the minutes book. Okay, so it is a register also you can take. It is a record of the organization which is a legal evidence of the things which are taken at a meeting also. Okay, what do you mean by qualification shares? So here comes, to act as a director of the company, every director has to buy qualification shares. So minimum is 1. At least a director should have to buy 1 share. And that number is specified in the Articles of Association. As per the Articles of Association provision, the qualification share definition will be given in that. So as per that requirement, the director has to buy those things, right? So define a director. So meaning of director, you will have to write here define. Who is a director? You can write the meaning. If it is defined as per the Companies Act section, you will have to define who is called as a director. Or you may get a question like, who is an alternative director? Okay. So who is an additional director? Different types of directors are there. There you will get the meaning of alternative director. He is coming, on behalf of the person who is going for more than 3 months vacation at that time. Alternative director can also be appointed by the board of directors. Okay, so that's why you may get different types of directors questions also. Alternative director and additional director you may get, or a managing director. Who is a managing director? Okay, and you may get one question for expand, KMP, key managerial personnel. Okay, so expand KMP, it is key managerial personnel. BOD is board of directors. And NCLT, earlier this was called as CLB. Okay, now CLB is not there. Now it is called as NCLT. CLB is replaced with National Company Law Tribunal. Okay, so what is NCLT? It is National Company Law Tribunal. And MCA also you may get, it is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, okay, which is very much important. We do have a website, MCA website, wherein we will get all the details of the company, form of organization, how to establish, right? So MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. ROC is Registrar of Companies. And MOA, Memorandum of Association. Articles of Association, all of you know all this. These are very easy. AGM is Annual General Meeting. EGM is Extraordinary General Meeting. So you may get EOGM also. Instead of EGM, the question may be EOGM. EOGM is Extraordinary General Meeting. If it is only EGM, this is also same, Extraordinary General Meeting. And SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act it is. Okay, so all these you may get, out of this you may get 4 at least the abbreviations. What do you mean by all this? Okay, I'm not telling that the same will be there in your examination, but most probable questions from my angle. Okay, so I felt that out of this, if you prepare these questions, at least you will be covered with. Okay, so what is a statutory meeting? It is the first meeting of the organization after the commencement of the company, after 1 month passage of this, before 6 months of the organization, the company which is limited by shares or limited by guarantee having share capital. Okay, such 2 companies, there is no need to a private company to have its own statutory meeting, no props. So, but the companies which are limited by shares and limited by guarantee having share capital have to conduct a statutory meeting. It is only first meeting, and once in its lifetime, only once it is conducted in its lifespan. Okay. And what is quorum? It is the minimum number of members to be present at a meeting is called as quorum. Minimum. So this is all explained. It is all dependent on the company's number. Okay. Shareholders number, company members. What is the number size? So members number size, based on that, the quorum is decided, and it is mentioned in the articles also. But what it is, in fact, in general sense, what we can say is the minimum number of members to be present at a valid meeting. Okay. To make it a valid meeting, the minimum should be there. And the name, the stages of formation of a company. This question may be asked for 10 marks also. What are the stages of a formation of a company? Or if it is asked for 5 marks, then you will have to brief the explanation of that. And if it is asked for 2 marks, you have to mention only the points. What are the stages? Name the stages of formation of a company. What are those? Promotion stage. Second one is incorporation stage. Third one is capital subscription stage. And the last one is commencement of business. Okay. So these are the 4 stages. So with this, I will conclude your video. Do well. Wish you all the very best. And if you have any type of questions, if you don't know the meaning of all this, please feel free to comment it in the comment box so that I can cover it in the next video also. Thank you very much. This will really give you a confidence to face the examination. Wish you all the very best.